Hi out there in the YouTube world. It's me, Billy, the Puzzle Master. And I want to say hi to all of you. And this video is about why astrology is so important. And I know a lot of you people, if you know me in my ego form, that form, when I'm out and about, or when I'm at work. If I'm at work, it's really not a good time to talk to me about any of this. But if I'm on my own, go ahead or send me some comments, and I'd be glad to let you know about this. Because this video is not only about the zodiacs, and if none of you people, this is really speaking to the people out there. I hope I don't knock the camera over. I'm sorry. I had to grab a book. It was over there. Kind of last minute, and I wasn't going to put this in here, but you really need this book. It's by Marcus Manilius, and it's the Astronomica. Mwah. I really like this book, and it is a very important book because it helps to give perspective on astrological contexts beyond our own time. And most people are very focused on our time with our media and with TV. I don't know. Everyone is just very stuck into this well, as I'm going to get to with my point of the zodiac, is that it is very important to know your astrological natal chart, because it is actually said in many religious contexts that within you is contained the sun and the moon and all of the stars. And what that is meant to say, what you are meant to interpret that as meaning, is that at your time of birth, your sun sign, like the one that you read in your magazines or your newspapers, those are just relative to your sun. That's why they are very generalized. But at the same token, you have to look at, when you look at your sun sign, you're looking at the sun, okay? And like I just said, we are a whole solar system and stars contained within our consciousness at our time of our birth. Now, if you really do not agree with that statement, well then I highly recommend that you read this book every page, because I didn't actually read every single page. My boyfriend Tristan, who is fucking awesome, I would like to add in there. Sorry for swearing, but deal with it if you have your own ego complex about swearing. Amazing, awesome. And people back in the day, if you were not zodiacal or astronomically in the sense of being up to terms with your zodiac, then you weren't educated. You weren't someone who was of noble class, because you didn't know yourself and you don't know other people. You often assume that people think like yourself, and as I have previously explained, we exist as a solar system within ourselves. We are a unique, complex system, unique and special. I'm not trying to degrade it in any way of the sense. I'm actually trying to add emphasis on how unique and special each of us are. You're very special. No matter what moment in time you're experiencing this in, if you're of the cognitive ability to perceive and understand everything that I'm saying and to follow along and add these mental constructs to your own, or at least to consider them, then you're a pretty awesome solar system. Okay? I know that when I say you're a solar system, there's very few people out there who are actually going to fully understand what I'm saying. But I'm still going to say it. You know why? Because I am at that understanding. And I know just by me saying it to the world or to my viewers that it'll help. And I just want to help. And you clicked on this because it's about astrology. And that is a very key link to, like, just your fundamental being is astrology. Like I said, and you gotta get this little red book. It's really little. It's really little. You can take it on car trips, and it's not that big of a hassle. Like, please get this book, or look it up. Try to find a PDF, like a virtual file. It's very important. Yeah. Another concept. If you have made it to this far, I'm now going to introduce a new concept, and that is of the Hollow Earth. I feel you have earned this by making it to at least this far in the video. Now, for a lot of you people out there who are right away going to think that gravity is contrary to the whole Hollow Earth theory, I want you to look up the NASA footage. I have it on my own channel, so you cannot say you cannot find it, because it is on my own channel, okay? I found it, downloaded it, put it on there, just for you, okay? Now, they show a water droplet in space, and revolving, the water droplet actually spaced out so that there's an air bubble in the middle, okay? Now, you have to understand that when a space shuttle is in the depths of outer space, it is undergoing, when they're like, in like, what do you call that? Free fall, zero gravity, when they're floating, there's no external gravity from the planet Earth. Or negligibly, there's no gravity from their spaceship. And this water droplet had a revolution to it, aka it was spinning, and a water droplet formed in it. And this NASA footage also shows that they use some kind of like tablet that like foams, and you would think that all the foam would like rise to the surface and just be dissipated. But in many different examples, they show that water, and it did depend on the revolution or the rotationary speed, that the differentiation of the masses would become apparent. Like, so the foam would like disperse, basically, okay? Now, just in this basic NASA footage, we can see that the fundamental basis that we have understood all of our modern sciences is kind of flawed, because the Earth is mostly liquid, they say this, and I also really want to add emphasis on this point here, that the whole solid Earth theory, or like, these are all theories, and although many of them are taught in schools, they are taught as theories, and I really want to add emphasis on what theory means, you know, like the There's the theory of gravity. You know what I mean? And like we can gravity happens. Okay? Remember the little red book? Okay? See how it fell? That is gravity. Gravity is a fact. But then there is theories of how it functions. Okay? Now, just because there are theories about the solid Earth core being made out of, like, I've heard many scientific crazy theories, in my opinion, about how it's some kind of crystal, about how... Look up the many theories. There are a lot. But I want you to understand the difference between theory and fact. Like, if you have not been to the North Pole, if you have not been to where many, many legends and biblical passages have pointed to, then how can we ultimately say, unless you have complete media trust? And I want to add in that, like, a true society, like, if you're very individually empowered, you don't need government, because you do not need someone to govern your mentality. Governmentality. And you do not, if you were truly in, like, I want to link this to somehow the tribes and people that are actually living in harmony with nature. And a lot of us, people from cities, would like to, like, judge these people and say how inferior they are. But realistically and relativistically speaking, who are really the monsters? Like, who are the ones who are cutting down all of the trees? And through lots of crazy laws, like, there's a lot of wars and chaos going on all across the globe. And all of these things are sponsored by, you know, we the people. And that kind of disappoints me. Because if we all understood, like, if you really look back to ancient Egyptian scripts, like, there are Egyptian hieroglyphics, engravings, even on sarcophagi. They were trying to make it very obvious to you that, like, these animal inscriptions of the zodiac are important, and that they link to your consciousness, and not just your consciousness, but my consciousness. When you know a birth chart, you know how someone thinks. My sun sign is Taurus, my ascendant is Taurus, and my moon, or my mind, is Gemini. So that gives you a little insight on me. And if that meant nothing to you, then according to the Little Red Book, and people of, like a long time ago, you're just not educated enough to understand that. And if you are educated enough to understand that, uber, thank you. And I'm glad you made it to the end. And please like this and subscribe and do all that stuff, okay? Mwah! Bye.